Darius interviewing Coach Ward with head varsity coach Hakeem. How do you feel about last year?
Last season, I guess on paper, successful year, but really for me, knowing that to a certain degree we underachieved. In some people's eyes, we may have overachieved, but I know the real, the work that we put in, had an opportunity to win the city championship, lost to a good basketball team, hell of a backcourt, one of the best backcourts we've seen in a long time in the city of Detroit. Came up short, had a decent run in the state tournament, and came up short against Wayne Memorial. A heck of a team, heck of a backcourt, hell of a coach team. So we're not disappointed from a standpoint of we're ready to jump off the bridge, but we also know we had more to give and we didn't, so we're looking to come back for more.
What things do you need to work on in this offseason?
Man, really just, for me, mental toughness and IQ, the emotions. It's 2025. The one thing I do know is our young men are much more emotional now than what we would have wanted them to be, and definitely than what we were growing up. And they display those emotions all the time. And I try to tell them, like, look, I love your emotions, but being able to handle those emotions is a whole nother ball game. So for us, really working on them, understanding how to coach each other, how to hold one another accountable, how to police themselves, because it's a senior-laden group. Last year we were sophomores and juniors. Now we're seniors and juniors. So now, what are you going to do when your teammate is not doing what he's supposed to do? Not just on the floor. What are you going to do when he's not doing what he's supposed to do inside the classroom, inside his home? So those are things we're working on right now, because, again, these young men are going to be men. And that's what we're trying to – so we're trying to incorporate what you're going to do in life and how it's going to be effective for you on the basketball court. But I think mental IQ and emotional IQ is really what we're kind of stressing for the guys right now.
How do you feel about this upcoming season?
We got a shot. And I think every year that I'm on the sidelines and my staff, Carlos Carter, Joe Mack, Keith Bates, Ellington Smith, we got a shot. I think the biggest thing for us now is how are you going to follow directions? Are you going to stick to the script? Are you going to get caught up in because, you should be one of the favorites to do something strong? Are you going to keep working? Or are you going to think that you're really good? When you look at us individually, we don't really jump out at you like that. We don't have 3-4 guys going to play Division I basketball. That's not the case. So now you are much greater collectively than you are individually. And so sometimes I got to remind my guys of that. And, everybody don't want to hear that. And I know their moms and daddies don't want to hear that. But I'm going to tell them the truth. So I'm not on the ride home with them. But when they get home, I'm calling them. I'm texting them. I'm letting them know. I'm reminding them sometimes don't get too high, don't get too low. Understand who you are, but understand also how you can get better. And think about this. What can you do to help the program? And this is not about you individually. If you're doing everything you're supposed to do to help the program, you will receive the individual accolades that you're supposed to receive, and you'll receive what you're supposed to receive at the end of the season. So we try to tell everybody, make sure somebody tells you thank you 5 times every day. If you're doing that, then we're going to be good. So that's where we are. We got a shot to win the state championship. We should win the city championship. I'm not going to run from that. We should. But if we don't, I can guarantee you we can't look at the officials, we can't look at counselors, we can't look at teachers. We have to look at ourselves internally and say, what is it that we've done wrong? And that's the same thing for last year. We got to look at ourselves and say, what didn't we do? And we ain't going to let that happen again.